Justice League. We are facing an existential threat to the planet. Our only option is to destroy Darkseid.
Bow before me.
A global war means everyone on the planet is at risk.
You're gullible fools. Darkseid is playing you.
The humans earned their fate.
I know you hate me, but I wouldn't be here if it wasn't necessary.
I'm completely on your side now.
Aloha! This is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, guess you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Oahu. And yes, this is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man. And I am bringing you a movie review. It went straight to streaming and video, as usually these types of movies do. I am talking about the animated straight to streaming and video movie Justice League Dark, the Apokolips War. It is available on streaming off of YouTube to actually, I guess you can buy it for $19.99 or Blu-ray disc if you want to order it on Amazon or go to any of the stores that are open. You can look for it there. Also on Google Play, of course, and probably Apple, whatever they call Apple Plus, I guess, now that it's no longer iTunes, I guess, for movies. But go ahead and look for it. It is a weak shock a thumbs up. If you don't remember our rating scale, shock a thumbs up. It's good to see. I recommend it. Shock a thumbs down. It's bad to see. It's junk. And for Justice League Dark, the Apokolips War, it is a weak shock a thumbs up. If you're desperate to see something, if you're looking, looking for something new to watch, then go ahead and check out this when you can. Just wait maybe a few more weeks, maybe another month or so, and it'll probably go straight to streaming on YouTube, or not YouTube, but maybe Amazon Prime, maybe Netflix, one of the two. I say it's a weak shock a thumbs up because I have never enjoyed this version of the Justice League. If you were like me and you grew up in the 90s and you remember the fabulous Justice League television show on Cartoon Network, and then even the Justice League Unlimited television show, that was also similar to in style and using the same voices that carried over from, say, Batman the Animated Series, Superman, or The Adventures of Superman, the series, the cartoon series, all of that, that went all the way through, and they did a whole bunch of straight-to-video and streaming movies as well, using those same characters. That Justice League, the core of it centered around Green Lantern, not the Hal Jordan one, Batman, Superman, The Flash, Wonder Woman, and usually Hawk Girl. Those were the core. When Unlimited came in, you got all the B-run characters, Green Arrow, Black Canary. Heck, you even had one with, what was that guy's name? Cat or something? The boxing guy. Oh well, I can't remember. He was pretty silly, but even he made it onto an episode of Arrow, so I guess I can't talk. But after in the 2000s when Justice League reemerged, they put out things like Young Justice. Teen Titans, as we know it, went away and went more sillier with Teen Titans Go. They brought back the Justice League with whole new voices and a whole new animated style look. Apparently maybe a little bit more realistic in style, I don't know. It never jived with me, and since they didn't use the characters that we knew were Batman, were Superman, were Wonder Woman, it always felt artificial to me, and I never enjoyed it. Same thing with Young Justice. I could never get into that because the art style was so different and the voices were so different. Basically, this goes off of that same line, this Justice League Dark, the Apokolips War. If you'd seen any of the Justice League movies recently, you'll know that Apokolips has come back, again voiced by a different actor, is a lot more menacing, a lot more threatening. Basically, this is a lot darker, per se, than the 90s Justice League. This is rated R. There is blood and violence and some cuss words, so it may not be appropriate for children. But, if your child's a fan of Young Justice and been watching some of these other, the most recent Batman versus Doomsday, maybe even Wonder Woman, what was that, War or something, then they'll like this one. This one, this Justice League is kind of based on the movie Justice League. You have Cyborg in it, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. There's a Hal Jordan Green Lantern that centers in this one as well. So you get Shazam. Shazam in it as well from time to time. But again, it is a weak shock of thumbs up because it could be so much stronger if they use those original voices, especially like Tim Conway's Batman is iconic, and for them to move away from him for any Batman character is just fails on that level alone. They get Rosario Dawson to do Wonder Woman, fairly like B-level stars to do these voices. It's okay, but I didn't recognize the voice until I saw the credits for Rosario Dawson. So so it's not really, if they're throwing out a lot of money and wasting it there on these big actors or semi-big actors to come and voice these characters, they're just losing money. Kids aren't going to recognize these voices. Old fans of the old Justice League show are just going to be disappointed that it's not the ones we grew up with, and turn it off. This one, I gave this one a weak shock of thumbs up, because the story's, ultimately it's a shock of thumbs up. It is a darker story. Superman and the rest of the Justice League basically have decided that Apokolips is no longer a tolerable threat and go to attack Apokolips. And they don't say it, but they said, we're going to finish this once and for all. So they're going to kill him, essentially. And so they attack his world of Apokolips. Unbeknownst to him, or to the rest of the Justice League, Apokolips had tapped into Cyborg's, mother box, as you saw in the Justice League movie, that makes most of his body, and thus, knew their entire plan from the get-go. Instead of parademons, he mixed Doomsday's DNA with his parademons, so he has paradooms. So these much stronger soldiers take out the entire Justice League, and they are stopped cold and defeated. They fail. 2 years later, you cut to Earth. You see that Earth is overrun, totally subservient to Darkseid as he rules the entire planet. Clark Kent, Superman, is allowed to live. However, he has been tattooed with his S on his chest in kryptonite, thus basically leaving him always in constant pain and unable to use his powers. Rather, you know, I do give a nod to that. That is a good torture for Superman. Batman, Wonder Woman, Hawkman, Mira, Martian Manhunter has all been brainwashed and now work for Darkseid as his soldiers, pretty much his royal guard. Lois Lane leads a resistance with a plan to stop Darkseid once and for all. Lex Luthor teams with Darkseid's side, but is actually helping the resistance. You know, being no fool, knowing that his time is limited as long as Darkseid lives. Damian Wayne is in this. The Teen Titans are kind of... Raven is a main character in this. And the plan from Lois and Clark Kent weakened, although he may be, he attempts to soldier on and lead this team in its last hurrah against Doomsday and save what's left of the Earth. So the plan is they're going to go to Apokolips, lure all of the Paradooms to Earth as Lois Lane and the Rebellion fight and try to stop these mining-like machines, kind of what you'd seen in Man of Steel as they burrow to the center of the Earth to destroy the Earth. Apokolips is away dealing with what's left of the Green Lantern Corps on Oa. So this is their time, their chance to use, you know, their inside man, Lex Luthor, to take them to Apokolips using a boom tube. Using Damian Wayne, the new Robin, Bruce Wayne's biological son. They break his brainwashing in time to get Batman, who was Darkseid's right-hand man, and basically set up a scenario in which when all the Paradooms come back to Apokolips and Darkseid comes back to Apokolips, they will boom tube the entire planet of Apokolips into nowhere, basically leaving them either dead or stuck in a limbo like scenario, basically teleporting to nowhere, they say. No endpoint destination, so they will always be in a flux of travel. You know, and basically that's how it plays out. Like I said, this is a lot more violent. There is bloodshed. There is death in this. However, again, with it being rated R, with all the cuss words, with what little off-screen, you know, deaths that you do see, and the blood, key members of the Justice League still survive somehow. And that's another why it's a weak shock, a thumbs down. No verisimilitude, as Robert Meyer Burnett would say. It's, you know, where Damian Wayne takes, you know, Robin takes a full blast in the back of the Apokolips beams, I-beams, enough to totally disintegrate him. He still clings to life, barely somehow, a man with no powers, a normal human being. Sure, he's super athletic. Sure, he's a super ninja, but, you know, he's just a man. So, right there, that's why it is a weak shock, a thumbs up for Justice League, Dark, the Apokolips War. Constantine is in this. That's another plus for the shock, a thumbs up overall. Voiced, fortunately, by the same man who does it in Legends of Tomorrow, the TV show. So that adds to the show and helps it get through all these other unbelievable parts. But again, if you're a big fan of the new Justice League, the new 52 comics, which all of this is kind of based on, you know, then you'll enjoy this. Go ahead and check it out. I would say hold off on buying or purchasing it until it's available to rent at a cheaper price. It's definitely not one to own unless you own all of the other ones. And it would be better if you could just catch it, watch it on YouTube, not YouTube, but Netflix or Amazon Prime, you know, as it's part of their streaming services later in a few more months. Then you can't go wrong there. All right, thank you so much. This is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, again giving Justice League Dark, Apokolips War a weak shock a thumbs up, only because I'm desperate to watch new content and get you some reviews. So there's my down and dirty for you. All right, thank you so much. This is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, staying safe, wear your masks, and take care. All right, aloha.